All right, let's get going. Let's double check a few settings here. It's pretty good. Hopefully the volume's not too bad. No man's land. Group of exiles having to leave the desiccated oasis that had cradled them until then must rebuild in spite of their meager resources. Love this art style already. For 2 generations, our community lived in the heart of an oasis protected from the hazards of the outside world. This oasis, like all the others, dried out and died. We were forced to leave our home, but all is not lost. Among these stretches of sand, we reached the shores of new lakes. Their waters, no matter how foul, promise to be life-saving, if we can only treat them. Clean water. Pontoon to draw toxic water. Alright. The water tower, cleaner toxic water, cellar, smaller house. No WASD. Pontoon. Here. Tension basin. Don't know how close that needs to be. Like right there. And a water tower. Assuming a 1 tile for roads. This is really pretty. Some procedural building. A little bit at least. Some interesting birds flying around. Can mess with how many builders. Prioritize pause. Very pretty. I like the trees. That green water definitely does not look healthy. Pontoon. It's out of worker. Time controls if we want them. Music is pretty chill. He really puts his full body into that swing. Speed it up just a bit. Water tower. Clean water is rare, precious, almost never naturally occurring unless we plan on dying of thirst. Treat the toxic. Treat and retention basins. So water tower doesn't require a worker. Retention basin requires 1. So I'll probably do 2 over here. Oh. We now have a water treatment infrastructure and the foundations for a healthy, sustainable irrigation system. However, the seasons must come and go, severe and unpredictable. We risk disaster if we only harvest what is sufficient for immediate consumption. To keep our buildings running smoothly, we need to store enough to prepare for the drought. Crucial for survival and development. Water's rarity forces you to balance expanding populations, growing demand. Dry season can be fatal. Cycle is a unit of time up to 40 days. Okay. Be better safe than sorry. I want a second retention basin. So these have to be in proximity of the water, I guess? Is that what this line is? Does not really say. I think I have construction time, that's nice. Oh. And game crashed. They didn't like something. Give me just a second. Might have to force close this. There it goes. One second, I'll get that back up. Didn't make it to a new save. Try that again. Curious if this is going to have procedural generated maps when it comes out. All right. Trying this again. I can crank up that speed, try to get back to where we were. Go up to 4x. Got that little strap on. Not that kind of strap on. Our tower. And waiting on that basin. So I put them in like these weird bottle things. Interesting. Let's build a second retention basin. And then obtain some clean water, so we're still waiting on bad water. Just gonna go ahead and crank this up. Might as well have everyone available for now. Oh, sorry. Does not continue while out of thing. I think I'm not getting some audio. Pretty chill game. For now, at least. Until, you know, people start starving and stuff. Thought I had that speed up. So each season gives us, so far, just seen temperate seasons. Wait on this other retention basin. Just keep stirring that toxic water there, guy. It takes a minute to build that, huh? Second one, 10-20 clean water. So what's that progress? 8 days for 20 water. So it looks like we got a few days left. Crank this up. So what's the difference between these two pontoons? This one goes down and this one goes up. The other side of the lake, I assume. It's an interesting way to do that. I would suggest merging those into just one and just give us complete rotation. Alright. Next tutorial complete. Slept for too long under an open sky, separated from the ravages of the climate only by a stretch of canvas. We need to house them in permanent buildings. To do this, we'll need materials and warehouses to store them in. Piles of rocks likely to suit our needs can be found all over the area. Best show good judgment using them. Can collect in several different ways. One simple method is withdrawing resources on the map to collect ingredients. Quick action bar. Rock from rock clusters. Build a small warehouse too, so we can store them. Let's get that small warehouse started. I think I want to put that over here. And then we're gonna do some resources, get some of these rocks. Which we need 30 rock total. Each one of these is 30, so that's not too bad. Actually, probably didn't need that many. Oh, yeah, only had to carry out one, but that's fine. Warehouse is done. So it's just idle workers that do this? Yeah. So we've got 6 over here, and then 4 doing idle work. Housing. Citizens need a roof over their heads to keep them safe from the climate, and so they can live in decent conditions. Eat, drink, rest. When refreshing themselves, citizens consume food and clean water. These resources are drawn directly from a nearby cellar. Houses must be within a cellar range. All storage spaces automatically ask for 20 units of each. Okay. Keep a sufficient number of citizens unassigned to any building. Courier duty. Okay. Higher priority on direct orders than with a task they consider. Make any building a priority. Okay, so we could prioritize the infirmary or cellar, for example. Where's the cellar? Build a cellar. It's a pretty large area. We'll put this probably over here so we have the most. Buildable space we can get. 3 houses within range. Does it want the tent or does it want the house? Is there any difference between these two? Doesn't look like it. Wait on that building. How are we doing on water? Doing okay. Cellar. Looks like it calls for food, water. Yeah, I guess we're gonna have to get your own food and water there. Prioritize that, make sure it's nice and full at all times. Ooh, a new cycle begins. Just waiting on this last house. Hindsight, warehouse is not in a good spot. It's kind of one of those ones that I would like to know that beforehand, but I guess it does give us a size, so you could plan it out a little bit. It's just you don't see the building until you do. Supplies we carried with us are dwindling by the day. Strange thorny fruits is risky business, and eating them is even riskier. Before collecting anything, we have to rule out any danger. The old distiller at the Oasis has sufficient equipment to carry out basic chemical experiments. By providing him with mobile workspace, we can begin our botanical studies. Field lab to bring light. Surface analysis informs you of the results of the withdraw resources action and harvest action plants. Harvest requires a harvest building or be communicated to citizens. When a harvest is carried out in the plant switches growth stages rather than being destroyed, making this a more sustainable action. Additionally, since the action doesn't destroy the plant, the harvest order continues to be applied to it. This way, citizens interact with the plant every time. Okay. So where is that field lab? What's the range on that? Looks like maybe that can fit in our house. Do that like over here. Next to a tree seems like a good place. Oh wait, that might actually do something. It has a radius. Oh well. Wonder if those give like a beauty radius or something. And a picker cabin. Does it have a range, or is it just kind of in general? So it might just be a general, so I'll put it there. Field lab would give 1. Analyze moisture pods, bearing plant. I mean, Any idea which ones are moisture pots? Whipping gourd, sharp bush. What do I analyze? Add analysis, surface analysis. Sure. No idea which one's the moisture pots. So he'll just have to go around and analyze your picker. Deprioritize that for now. Is there enough people? Getting more housing. What am I doing on rocks? $205 on rock. Collect the branches, edible pods that grow from them. Moisture pods, sticks. Moisture pods, sticks. Okay. So sharp bush is our moisture pods. And the tree would give us tree trunks and bark. Okay. Obtain some moisture pods, which is over here. Fruit picking. Do like that. Looks like if I want another one to do the trimming, it's got to be someone else. Stone house. Cinder sprout gives us some bark. It also gives cinder kernels if we do the prune. Okay. So pick, we get bark. Prune, we get kernels. That's interesting. And you can reopen the analysis history here. Okay. Just wait on those moisture pods. Got 2 extra housing for now. Pretty cool, pretty cool. Still kind of chill. Another analysis. Resume de analysis. Riverbank finger is not sufficiently developed to give relevant information on its operation. Okay, so whichever one I did was not good. Maybe I need a different one. If I continue to analyze these, do I get more information? Resource refining. To acquire some resources, you need to go through a refining stage, which are assembled in the forge, and meals, which are prepared in the kitchen. Some are multifunctional and can produce several resources. The production module enables you to choose which resource you want to produce. Select desired recipe. Varies on its efficiency, mostly affected by workers. Recipes can be affected by buffs or debuffs, weighing on efficiency, resource, blah, blah, blah. Can get debuffs from difficult weather. Okay. I assume that's what you want me to build next. Kitchen. kitchen there. And build a forge right next to it. Does that give me what it gets bus from? It does not. Guess you just gotta learn that. I don't like how this is a bone building. Put that there. Looks like it. Is that grass or water? Might be grass. Okay, now we got the riverbank finger. Gives us seeds if we prune. Be exposed to the toxic spray the plant produces. Oh no, that's if we withdraw. If we prune, it kills the plant. That's interesting. Okay, so those are dangerous for now. They might have a use with more research. Get a citizen going, simple meal. Looks like you can do a combination of moisture pods and vegetables. I don't have vegetables. Mushroom seeds, cinder kernels. Where do I get vegetables? It's out there. Let's put another one here. And I don't know where to get veggies. Plants I missed. Do one of those. Or one of those. We'll see. Do you want me to... Oh, do you get buffs from houses? Do I need houses close to my things? It's hard to say. So you make... whatever that is. Tools? Yeah. From water and sticks. Huh. I don't know where to get sticks yet. I get sticks from this if I prune. Well, then let me build another one of these because I don't want to assign workers. I need sticks and veggies. Anything? Let's some stuff there. Cabbage shrub. I bet you that's where I get my veggies. Okay, so tell those veggies to come up. Waiting on there's a giant fungus too. Definitely want to take a look at that. Okay, and I want you to do trimming. Trimming you was bad. Oh, that's nice that they tell you what you get. can't trim the trees. I can trim some of these. Cool. And then if I can also do a peg. There we go. Should also get bark. Cabbage gives us fiber if we withdraw or if we prune and pick. Okay. Let's go ahead and start getting some of those. Pruner. Start getting some of those. I see another thing that I missed. You're full. Kind of want to do another water tower. That one. Okay. Just waiting on some tools because I have too many people. Excuse me, doing something. Let's take one out of there. That'll give me a builder. So far, pretty chill game. I like how much detail they give you on this UI. They really give you a lot. It's like I get to make instruments, books, artwork, protective gear, technologies, which I assume is what I get from these. Very cool stuff. Another analysis report. It's more about the bushes. Waiting on that water tower to be built. I didn't notice they have like a little robot picking up flowers down here. Still waiting on my veggies. Why haven't you guys picked any veggies? Do I have too many things? I think I have too many things selected. Just not enough workers. Speed keeps resetting. I wonder if it resets on pop-up. It'd be kind of annoying. There we go, finally getting some veggies. This bigger cabin. Got too many things on it too. Let's tone that down a little bit. Help them prioritize a bit. Got our tools. Not sure who uses the tools yet. Alright, our giant fungus gives us mushrooms when we withdraw. It doesn't look like we get a trim or pick action. Very pretty game. I like the way this world looks. This is a giant green zone. A big old hole filled with fungus of some kind, or rock. Very nice. Hopefully the audio's okay. It sounds a little quiet to me. I don't want to blow out your eardrums. Just waiting on these meals. Do I have any workers available? Looks like I got one extra worker in here. Is there any way to see how much water I'm producing? Consume 43. Yeah, doesn't have a... Doesn't look like we have any kind of like production meter yet. That'd be a nice addition. Just give me something that shows me daily increase or cycle, maybe, instead of maybe day. This is the little bottle things. It looks like we get isothermal gel. Core displays itself from the heat by producing a cooling gel all over its epidermic layer. If we collect all of the substance, the specimen will be destroyed. So that's a withdraw. Okay. I wonder if these things, if you withdraw them, if it comes back. Let's try. Where's my withdraw? I really like how this stuff pops up. How you don't have to try to remember all the different resources. Civil engineering. We have enough to ensure our survival, for now, at least. But survival alone doesn't keep citizens motivated. Many are already thinking, what's next? Toil and work every day to collect my ration and drop off water? If we're to keep citizens motivated and enable the community to truly live again, it's high time we begin thinking of this camp as a genuine city. We need to plan and build communal living spaces designed for... I do not know that word. I am learning a new word. Conviviality and recreation. Basic needs. Okay. So kind of like most of the other city builders. If suffering from malnutrition and dehydration, if the state persists, they may develop an illness referred to as weakening, or may even die of hunger and thirst. If a citizen is unwell, their movement and work speed decreases. Illnesses can be treated in the infirmary. If reinfected with the same illness, it evolves into an aggravated state, requiring rapid treatment to avoid citizen death. Interesting. Is that after like a certain period of time, or death by starvation, dehydration, serious illness, or disappearance due to ill-fated expedition? Districts. Now you've ensured your citizens' survival. The time has come to design a city with a coherent architecture and sense of well-being. Build a square to allow it to begin designing a district. There are multiple squares available and several districts selectable per square, each with its own specific qualities. Cultural barter, botanical, Buildings belong to the district attributed to the nearest square. Each district requires a presence of a specific building to be valid. Other buildings mentioned contribute to district points. Oh, that's a new feature. So we've got tables, benches, sun awnings, a canteen, infirmary, cultural square. Okay. What was that description? Living space meant for urban gatherings and leisure time. Okay, so I assume this is going to need all those leisure buildings near it, so we probably want this kind of close to our homelands. So we'll do like... Ooh, I don't like that. It doesn't center. Do that there. Complete a social district and a score of 200. All right, so we'll probably need that built up. Looks like we're not keeping up on sticks. Why aren't we keeping up on sticks? I just need more workers. Oh, housing's low. Build another house too. I like having the different house designs. I almost wish it was just one style of house that automatically went through variations. But I guess if you're trying to let people design their city, maybe just throw it into a hotkey that changes the variation. Uses a little grabber to do his picking. I wonder if that's different on every resource, because he's just using his hands. Alright, I can assume I'm going to need canteen here, considering it's a social building. I think I want to add a road down there. So throw that. Again, it doesn't quite center. That's a 5. I'll offset this by 1. Throw another road in. Doesn't seem like they're needed. Just seems like they kind of follow them, but I don't... It says it's less exhausting. So maybe it gives them a speed bonus or something. So starting storage way up there. I didn't even know that that was mine. Alright, does this tell me what I need? So, historic district would need houses or wisdom. It wants a social, so I need a canteen and 3 houses. Maximum amount of socializing and leisure points obtainable by district home rises to 3. Okay. I have the houses, so I just need a canteen. And we'll see what kind of score that gets us. Looks like tables give us 10, housing 10, bar a te. Some translation stuff here. I think this is a French developer. I'm seeing a lot of French in here. Sun awning. Sun awning's 100. Might be worth building. And a well. 5 bark. No, a little bit of bark. Rotations just seem to be a flip, which I guess is okay, but I think I would like it to be a more of a true rotation. Definitely a chill little game. We get decorations too, which take tools. Okay, crowned medallion, bird's nest. Interesting. I wonder if those give points. 14 needs a worker. Oh, I do have extra workers. Oh, my children become adults and cycle. Okay. Means I can throw an extra picker and pruner. That'll leave me with a couple workers to keep moving stuff around. Alright, so that got me to 180. Doesn't say if... Oh, there we go. Decorations are... looks like 1 each. Production buildings are a minus. That's good to know. Retention basin also a minus. Shady gives a 10. Stinky gives minus 10. Okay, so that's what that tree does. I wonder if I can eventually plant those. Although that could have been a good area for my social district. Getting all those trees for some free points. Let's add a light. We'll light up our canteen here. Throw it up table across the way. Don't know what this ground medallion does. I don't know if it was like a plaza, like you could use that as a pathway. I don't really want birds near my food, but I want birds near the little park. And then table should give us the 10 plus a little bit more for those guys. Could do another sun awning. That was 100. Right? Yeah, sun awning's 100 for some reason. So we'll throw another sun awning down here. Let's do it the other way. So this generates culture. Artistic social endeavors can be encouraged by building cultural buildings. A strong culture allows us to undertake specific research. Okay, and then you can produce that from different foods. That's interesting. So we produce culture, which increases access to that out. Just waiting on that other awning. Should get us there. A couple other decorations would too. We are out of berries. Add a few more to the thing. Not more workers now, so they should be able to keep up. Those don't seem to come back. Oh, what's my field left? I almost wish I could set this guy in like auto in some way. Some of these are a little tricky to see if I've already researched them or not. Like they all stay highlighted and you can research them again, but it didn't seem to give me new info. That looks like a different tree. Don't know what that little guy is. Well-being of your citizens is closely related to their housing quality. Beyond basic needs, housing quality is evaluated based on access to well-being, social interactions, cultural spaces, and places of learning. Access scores are applied within range. Okay. So you have to be within range of the houses. Well-being, proximity to vegetation, water points, and shade coverage. Okay. Interesting. For the well-being heat map to identify the most suitable locations on the map. Well-being. Okay, it looks like all these plants give little buffs. That's weird that that's so high with stinky plants nearby. Okay. They want a scent garden. Ooh, botanical square. Barter square. Scroll there. Where is this scent garden? Food, water. Oh, that's cool. There's little fountains. Small fountain, long fountain. I'm not seeing a scent garden. Does it mean the botanical square? Huh. I am not seeing scent garden anywhere. Oh, that's why. You gotta scroll over. Should let me use the mouse wheel to scroll. I guess you have F3 and F4. I personally don't like using the F key, so let me use the scroll wheel here. Scent garden, that is huge. This is kind of my center. Do it like over here. This is that. I wonder if that slight overlap counts. So you never know unless you try. Oh, I need seeds. I don't remember where I get seeds from. That's fiber. These are seeds. Okay, 10 of them. What, 5 citizens to the scent guard? Seems like a lot of citizens too. How are we doing on resources? Okay, on sticks. We're starting to build up on rotten resources, whatever that is. Rotten resources. Biodegradable waste. Can be used in a composter and regenerate our farmable lands. Okay. Analysis. Sunshade tree. Oh, so those are just dead sunshade trees. Got it. Okay. There's a little water point here. Oh, that's where I can place a well. Okay. Need more tools. I had tools. Need more sticks. Just this guy. Sure. Give me some more sticks. It's fiber, but I'm sure I'll need that eventually. Excuse me, sticks. You don't give me sticks unless I get rid of you. It just seems like the sharp bushes for now. I wonder if there's going to be different maps with different resources, or if this is kind of just the... all they're going to have as the start of this. Very nice demo so far, other than that crush I had at the start. Alright, looks like I got my resources, just waiting on builders. Still out of veggies. They're having a hard time with veggies. My other food. We're out of those too. So I think the cooks are just going faster than these guys can kick. The veggies over here. And 2 cooks is too much. I'll take a cook out and give me more workers. We've got lots of remedies though. I wonder if they gave us that because maybe they don't have the construction or the crafting path for that in yet. Where's the infirmary? It hasn't asked me to build one yet, but I might as well. Infirmary. An odd shape. Could fit there nicely, but I'd rather do another house there, I think. Let's do that. And we're right at the house limit, so let's throw in another one. Let's do a red one. Don't know what, I guess these tents are just cheap houses if you needed something fast. Dead citizens penalty. I wonder how many, I wonder how long citizens live. Like, is that something you have to worry about, or just accidentally killing them? Let's just play that universe sim, and very, very early in that game, you lose your people very quickly after like 10 or 20 years, feels like. So you want 5 citizens here. Well, I just don't have the people for that. Do I only get population if I have an excess housing? Maybe, because I have no kids right now. I can't really take anyone else out of these buildings. Unless I just lower my, I guess I have 300 meals. So I'm going to build up a stockpile of the foods. Fungal resources. I make foods out of fungus. Oh, can't. It's kind of nice that you have so many options for the simple meals. If I wanted, I could come harvest these mushrooms just to have a stockpile of food. Or if there's a... Yeah, it doesn't really seem like there might be a rotting mechanic. There is the rotten resources, but that seems to be for work processes or poor storage. So is that like leaving something out? It doesn't seem to produce it. It doesn't seem to produce it. And I see you can see the input inventory and everything. There's so many games that don't do that. What's that? I don't know what that button does. It's supposed to do something eventually. Also need a worker for the infirmary. Alright, so we'll see if we get kids on this next cycle. Number of homes that can accept a new child. Can I see? This house can accommodate children. Yeah, enfant. Lots of French still in the game. But it's just a demo. I just need more people. Can I have more people, please? Since I have 5 workers doing other tasks, does that mean I have 5 unemployed workers? I would assume so. How am I doing on water? Maybe I can lower... Oh, I am way over on water. I can lower that down. So let's get one of these guys in. Let's do 2. Open up the infirmary in a minute. Infirmary offers all-encompassing treatment, curing all ills suffered by a citizen. However, the length of treatment and amount of medicine required may vary. It is better to prevent your citizens from contracting illnesses at all. At the infirmary, you can choose which ailment to treat. Assigning several doctors allows you to treat more citizens simultaneously. Some treatment plans require medicine. To produce it, you need a pharmaceutical laboratory. So there's wounds, blood loss, intoxication, poisoning, weakness, atrophy, heat exhaustion, heat stroke. So ambient temperature seems to be a thing. Oh. That's interesting. Poisoning. Which is apparently a very quick death. And then obviously blood loss. Interesting. I wonder how you get blood loss. Is there... Are we gonna have to worry about things attacking? What's that? So house temperature, outdoor temperature, building toughness, and indoor temperature. People are likely to contract heat exhaustion if they rest in a building at 32 or above. Okay. I wonder what affects that building toughness. It's probably a difference between like the... Let me throw in a tent just to see. You get a nice little spot by the grass. It's only the houses that seem to have a temperature. Yeah, everything else is fine. It'd be kind of interesting if some of the workplaces had temperature that you had to worry about. It might affect their efficiency or something. I really like this design. It reminds me of a hobbit hole. And then these actually sink down into the ground for, I assume, cooling. It was a common style way back in the day in the deserts. They didn't look like this, but... They had rudimentary refrigeration by building buildings in a way that encouraged cool air to enter the building. So what is a scent garden? Is it just flowers? And why does it need 5 people? Oh, tent's done. No, it's not. It looks done. That might be something I need to fix. Shouldn't look done if it's not done yet. Okay, I don't think I have anyone else who can do... It's worth doing any more field work out here right now. Pretty sure I've looked at everything. I guess that's a free worker I could take for that scent garden. Give me more children. Alright, just to move this tutorial along, I'm going to assign up 5 people. We're just still be out there doing something. Resources are we moving? I don't want to mess with water too much. Yeah, I think I'd rather see, instead of toxic water over here under waste, I'd almost rather see it over here underwater so I can just see my, since that's what makes me clean water. That's a huge grill. Definitely feed a town with that. Alright, so we want a well-being score of 15 for a home. I can't see what, I mean, I guess, oh, there it is, total 15. I have a 15. This is total 15, so there. No, that's just a cycle. 3 new children, though. Something. Okay, you're telling me I have a... Well, that was a 14. Maybe I just don't have enough. What else increased well-being? It's plants. Can I plant plants? Does decorations do anything? Like water sources did. That one was long fountain. 3. Too big. Single fountain. Throw it up there too. Medallion sculpture. So now we got the ground medallion and then actual sculpture on top of it. Sure. Let's wait for those workers. Yeah, I'm thinking the speed drops because I haven't touched that. Well-being. Yeah, that's the better spot, but it's not where I built. Well, it's getting built. Let's see what that does. There we go. Oh yeah, well-being spiked to 20 now. It's in that house. That's interesting. That one's 20. No, well-being's only 11. Oh, I see it now. I was looking at the total. Well-being is a 9 there. 6. 11. Vegetation, water point, shade coverage. Okay. Does anything else give well-being? What's well-being? Well-being is the little tree thing. so that does actually get well-being. Sure. That gives a 5. That gives a... Oh, the little one gives a 5 too. Just seems like the other one's a bigger effect. Floating cube. Interesting. Food. Why are we thirsty? We have plenty of water. Plenty of water and plenty of food. Why are you... Why are you harvesting if you're thirsty? Yeah, it says well-being 11 now. Huh. Guess I need more fountains. Looks horrible, but... Yeah, he's being weakened. Because he's not grabbing food. Where's my thing up? Oh, yeah. Did I give well-being? No. Seems to be just the fountains. I could do another row of fountains down here. Ooh, everyone's hungry. Why is everyone... So you've ended up with no food. Prioritize that again. I'll take this guy out of the forge for now. So that's also supposed to give 2 per assigned a citizen, so that should also be giving a +10. I think something's off with this well-being. Because if that's a 10, and these are also 5s, these should be way above. Right? I'm not crazy. Oh, I just noticed there's like an airlock thing on the infirmary. That's actually really cool. Alright, so we're in the dry season. Most plants wilt away during the season. Wells and retention basins dry up. And heat stroke is a concern. Okay. It still doesn't help me with this whole well-being thing, though. I could put a house. Where was that good spot? Says this is a good spot. I could throw a house there just to see. House does not fit there, unfortunately. Let's get rid of this. Didn't get built anyway. Gonna tone you guys down a little bit. Maybe some more workers. So that says well-being 13. Yeah, one of these I don't think is applying the buff it's supposed to. I'm misunderstanding how the buff works. I'm gonna destroy that. Build a new one. We're centered. We'll see what that can do. I like how the tutorial updated. Stops you from just faking it. Dang it, now you're out of range of the cellar. Try this again. How can I destroy this? Destroy the fountain. The house right over where that was. Let's see if this will help. Do. I'm just trying to get a good well-being. Oh, I'm getting a 13 now. Who's getting a 13? How's on that end of this? Oh, I have 15 now. Okay. I don't know why that didn't work over there, but I guess that's fine. Oh, you're getting 17. Alright, give me my worker. Finally. Something's off about that well-being thing. That or these don't work the way that they say they do. Can't use 6 adults. Strange phenomenon is spotted by the citizens. A chaotically flashing dot of light visible only at nightfall. Residents fear it could be a distress signal. Numerous volunteers come forward to investigate the phenomenon and, if necessary, lead a rescue operation. All that remains is to select the team and equip them for the journey. New Horizons. 2 mechanics shape the game's progression by introducing new possibilities, research, and exploration. At the beginning of a new save, most buildings aren't immediately accessible and must be discovered through research projects. Research can also unlock new building effects, such as buff and new tasks. Research projects are split into 2 differently themed trees. Technology tree and culture tree. Okay. World exploration allows you to make important discoveries. Beyond possibility of finding resources or meeting new citizens, explorers can also bring to light new plants which can be reintroduced to our environment, as well as tablets containing precious knowledge. Okay, so we can actually bring plants from other areas. Expeditions are neither free nor safe, and citizens who engage in exploration will be forced to make difficult and potentially dangerous choices. So then we'll get the decision process. That's cool. Let's slow it down just a hair. 1 Hall of Wisdom. Okay, a research center. Communal assembly meant to evacuate local living conditions and work to better them. That allows us to do cultural. Okay. That's expensive and huge. Sure. Probably taking up space for future houses, but that's fine. I also want an explorer site. I assume I unlock that when I do this research. Yep. That is a big building. It's almost the size of my whole living district already. Oh, I'm over. Oh. I think I'm gonna do another row of houses right here. There we go. Oh, need some more rocks. Haven't had to gather rocks in a little bit. Building 3 just to be nice and ready for any kind of growth spurt I get. Just 6 people kind of throw me up and over just from a tutorial change. Pretty cool little pit. I wonder why this has like a hot air balloon in it. Are they collecting the scents? Stone house, stone house. Still very interesting how this infirmary just sits here pumping. I think it'd be kind of cool if it only did that when there was a patient inside. Otherwise the doctor's just like outside smoking or something. Be a nice way to show like how many sick people you have. Because this little UI bit is a little out of sight, at least on my scale. Alright, so you want a worker. Sure. Maybe one. Action available. Research projects. You may only take on a research link to an already completed project. Investment resources tablets discovered during expeditions may be used to instantly unlock new research projects. Okay. So we've already got sun shelters, meal prep. Looks like that has 2 little researches if we wanted them. Clay roads. Okay. So maybe the roads do add a bonus. Education. Spherical forum. Explorer's hut. That's the one we wanted. So I only have 1 researcher, 25% speed. So I'll probably add another couple people to that. Oh yeah, we've got a ton of unemployed people right now. Why do we have so many unemployed people? Sure, give me all my researchers. It's interesting cloak choice. I have so many workers, I can get that back open. Food's getting a little low. Have the second worker get that back rolling. Water still in the 600s, still looking pretty good, and basic foods. Let's give you another worker. Alright, so only 5 days on that research now. They have to use the whole roof to move the air for that forge. It's very interesting. I don't really get that many sticks, so I don't want him to have too much. Are you behind, or am I just not getting that many sticks? Oh no, the plants are withered because it's a dry season. That's right. And then we get 3 cycles of temperate after that, so we're almost done with the dry season. One more day. I think it's set 40 days per cycle, so. Which is nice, because some games want to throw your cycles after like 3 days, and that just doesn't feel right to me. Always feels too speedy. Alright, so we finished the Explorer Hut. And he requires bark and trunks. Which I have trunks and I have some bark, so we can get that built up. I'm gonna put that right there. We got room for 40. We're getting 5 next cycle. We got a couple more that grew up. Might be nice when that cycle thing pops up, tell you how many kids grew up, just in case you missed it. +2 pop, or +2 adults, or something. Also seems like a pretty slow growth. I wonder if this gets higher later. Can we start? Let's do the school next. Oh no, that requires tools. Don't have tools. That also requires tools and rock. No, thank you. I need my tools for now. Maybe once I build up a stockpile again. All of our plants are back. Interesting how they just come right back ready to harvest. We'll get our resources built back up a little bit here. Let me grab another picker just to make sure. Oh, it's a giant leaf. Almost looks like a pupa, and they just cut it open. Got a little balloon too. Inspect the source of the chaotic blink. Okay, so I don't assign workers here. Destination to begin expedition. Beginning an expedition requires supplies. Sending a greater number of citizens increases the supply cost, but allows you to bring more resources back home. Decreases the amount of time necessary to complete optional tasks. Explore region reveals destinations contained therein. Further away the regions, the more you'll need to invest provisions and time into exploring them. Okay. Where is that? Is it the strange glow? They said it was a chaotic light. Oh, here it is. The source of a chaotic blink. Maybe, I guess it is a different color. So we can send 4 citizens, which will take 4 simple meals and 8 water. They can carry out to 60. And they'll take an average of 10 additional days. Reach the destination after 5 days. They'll be away for 10 days total. I said 5. You know, just in case. And then you can see them on the way. 5 days left, 5 days back. And I don't know what this means. Okay. Oh, hold on, there's something else on that map. What's this? Oh, that's my expedition, okay. So there's a walking expedition. I wonder if there's going to be, like, other travel types. like air balloons or maybe a camel or something. Could be interesting. That's not a lot of stuff in this starting storage. Like a lot of stuff in the starting storage. Is that where all my food is? Looks like it. I guess food only gets stored in the cellar. Yeah. Let me up this to 40. Oh, I'm not getting full meals yet. This to 6. That's 240. And I also want water to be a little higher. They'll prioritize the people moving resources around. That might have been why I had that thing pop up before. You guys picking. So I'm doing veggies at the moment. What happens when you destroy a warehouse? Do the resources drop on the ground? Because I don't see an empty button. Unless you just uncheck everything and maybe make it empty over time. I am going to take a quick break, so back in just a couple minutes. All right, I'm back. Sorry about that. All right. Got a pretty high city prosperity now. Is it gonna have like roguelike things? Like, is this score gonna matter for something? That'd be interesting, being able to like unlock buildings earlier. All right. Or even like rebuilding your cities elsewhere, like another biome or something. So we've got water still coming in. Starting to use a little bit more than I'm bringing in, but that's fine. We still got a whole bunch of toxic water, so really I could probably drop that down another worker, but I'll leave it be for now. As long as we got more clean water. Some boiled rock, flint, wherever I get that from. What if these plants are randomly spawning? Is there a natural regeneration of sorts? If those are researchable. Let's just see real quick. Look like it. Don't know what those do. These giant sticks don't seem to be anything either. Can I harvest it? No, just the rocks. I don't know where I get flint from. Probably one of the other zones that I saw. Could do, just to boost my resources, is just gather a few of those that aren't tagged. I'll just give me a little boost of resources from arrived. Filaments of light. In the bed of what must once have been a fierce torrent, the explorers follow the light signal they spotted from the city. It leads all the way to the cavern's mouth. While not imposing, something about this cavern provokes mixed feelings of suspicion and curiosity. The cold air emanating from it is attractive, my bad, for the thirsty travelers, but remains the omen of a particularly strangeness. Crossing the cavern's narrow threshold, the explorer's path stops sharply when they find themselves faced with a rectangular die. The cracks on each side of it lights up in irregular fashion, a chaotic blinking that explorers can't begin to rationalize. Stranger still, the rays of light seem to persist in the air for a few moments, even with no dust or other surface to refract them. These pieces of ephemeral color exude a glacial temperature when touched with one's hand. This extraordinary phenomenon forces its way through a closed door. What would happen if it was opened? Whatever may be contained behind the die is bound to be volatile and dangerous, but the explorers are torn. After all, given the town's climatic conditions, it's possible to put a price on a potential cooling device. What's more, the pragmatic argument conceals a curiosity that would win the day on its own. No one here wants to leave before formulating a hypothesis to this phenomenon. Which approach will you choose? Oh, it only gives me one. Force the way open. By using levers and improvised wheels to move the die, the explorers succeed in clearing the way. As the remarkably thick stone leaves its slot, the antechamber fills with cold air. Strings of light rest weightlessly around the explorers' heads, their colors shifting so quickly that every person's eyes can only perceive a blinding whiteness. Which approach will you choose? Enter. The ray's origins quickly become obvious, a spherical space at the center of a cavern, which is otherwise in complete darkness, emits its own internal light. The explorers initially assume this to be a kind of lantern, imbued with a mechanical function and a palpable physical form. But there's no touching this globe, just as with the rays, its image persists in the air through some untold phenomenon. It's difficult to look at and harder still to comprehend what it depicts. The explorer's eyes grow red with effort, and yet they can't tear their eyes away. Outside, a vigil awaits his teammates' returns. He will wait half the night before deciding to abandon his post and running to meet his brethren. Neither he nor his friends will leave the cavern. Huh. Sounds like we just lost our 5 explorers. Mortal risk. We've lost our exploration team while searching for the light signal on the horizon. Our last contact reveals nothing of what they might have learned. We live in a dangerous and largely misunderstood world. Exploring it will take time, precious resources, and in moments, a deadly amount of risk. Once we have recovered our strength after this tragedy, we should launch a new exploration effort in the neighboring provinces and perhaps even discover what became of our lost friends. City prosperity score reflects on the sustainability and well-being of your city, faced with the challenges presented by the surrounding world. The score is updated at the end of each cycle. All district stores with a buff. Debuff applied. Reflects your overall resilience. Okay. And that seems to be the end, initially, of the demo. But we can continue for a little bit. Oh, maybe not. I hit continue. Are you gonna let me continue? Okay, so this is considered medicinal and invasive. So does that mean this just keeps growing and growing and growing? Doesn't let me see what invasive is. Yeah. I don't know what invasive is, but it sounds bad. All right, let's just see what else we can get. So we can get a school, get the spherical forum that requires a lot of tools and a lot of something. I don't even know what that resource is. Tablets? Composites. I don't even know how to make composites yet. Does the forge make composites? It seems so. Okay. Make a barter square, botanical square. Just curious what this does. I'll throw that over there. I want to see what the botanical square has. Let's cut up some mushrooms. They might be invasive. I don't think they were growing over this far before, so they might just keep growing and growing and growing. Cut that all back. There are a lot of these city builder games that don't give you renewable resources, so it's nice to see some of these plants kind of coming in and growing. I haven't seen any more of these gourds pop in yet. Oh, there's an 8 one. Oh, I only lost 3 from the expedition, okay. You should be able to tell me what I did then. What happened to the others? We will never know. I think there's a lot of complex systems, it seems like, and so far the storytelling is pretty nice. Might be a little on the scientific side for some people, but I'm curious what the other research path is. It's like when you come in here, there's surface analysis, and then there's some other kind of analysis that you could do. Do I get access to that here? Don't see the field lab in culture, so it doesn't look like it's culture related. Maybe I don't have any tablets. So I have to do a little bit of exploration. Maybe I could get tablets and get some of those other buildings. It's also possible they're not accessible in the demo, but this art style almost gives me oh, what's that other game with the giant dinosaur that you ride on. Wandering Village? Is that it? Okay, so something's rotting out here. Is it because my people aren't gathering fast enough? I think so. I think they're not getting over here to pick up the resources fast enough, or they're not bringing it back for some reason. I think I just don't have enough employment. I can gather tech over here. See what that does. Alright, so Botanical Square. Plant Nursery, Stone House. Speeds up plant development. Okay, so that could be a good one near a farm. Agricultural. Also good one near a farm. Or Flourishing. Increases well-being points. Or I guess that maximum well-being points. Okay. And what's this other one? Let's see what Barter Square is. More people, I need you to gather up your resources. Take a few of those guys out since we're not doing any research. Deprioritize that for now. Still running out of meals. What if they had a whole another picker, or just can't seem to keep up. These plants just keep popping in, huh? That'd be a nice thing if these trees come back then. I don't see any of those guys coming in though. Well, the shots I saw, it almost looked like there's either canals or like rivers on some of these. That kind of looks like it connects underneath that giant stone. Okay, so I don't get a nursery. Unless it's one of those guys that looks like a mine. Can't tell what that one is. I gathered too much stuff. Definitely something to watch out for. Yep. Grind your logistics to a halt. What kind of food do I have? Do I have anything? No. Yeah, these guys are just not keeping up. It says he's at work, but it doesn't look like he's doing anything. Because they're full. Yeah, logistics. Got it. Well, then let's get some priority on that, bruh. There we go. I need food income and I need water. Barter Square can be a research center and houses. Or crafting and houses. Number of citizens that can be assigned by one. Nice. and a harbor district which lowers water consumption by 50%. That's also interesting. Yeah, so you can really customize how you want your city with those districts. It also seems like one of those games where like your next run can be, you're kind of going against your cell phone score because you can know what kind of buildings are coming later. Like I would have never known I needed a, room for a square, let alone specialize for it. Don't know what overlay it's using right here. Like, I don't know why it cuts off. Oh, it's because of that other one. So they kind of fight for control of an area. Okay. That also seems like a much larger circle compared to this one over here. You also got soil temperature. That explains why grass and trees are doing okay over there. Or it's doing better over there because of the shade trees. And then this one's really hot for some reason. It's because of that hole? No, it's whatever that is. Something's increasing the temperature at those spots. Random cool spot over there. Random cool spot on the edge of the map too. And then where the water is cool. Very interesting. You also getting humidity. Which just seems to be a pretty humid area, wherever that little river circulates. Organic composition. It's probably how like fertile the soil is. Which water has, the toxic water has a 20. Oh, that's a great spot over there. Alright, right behind the mountain. And then mineral. Doesn't seem like we have any spots that are particularly rich other than like down there. So I assume if you're doing like mining, you throw it down there. Okay. Very interesting. I am having a horrible time keeping up with food. Guess I could throw another worker in there just to make sure I get full efficiency. And then we're just short on veggies. Like we can't keep up. It'd almost be worth having a different picker's cabin. Have one be focused on food with like 2 workers, or even 3, and then one focused on the sticks and stuff. Yeah, I think if I went through this again, I could do a little bit more efficient of a run. That's probably where this game will get you. You're going to want to restart to do better. Alright, just to see what else happens. I can re-explore the strange glow. I can go explore an oasis. Or a dune. Send them off to the dune. Send another fiber. It's going to hurt my logistics, but I just want to see what they're doing before we move on to another game here. You know what I could do? Because I have 136 fungus now. Let's make some food out of fungus for a bit. Alright, tools now. So I can unlock the school. Could do the clay roads, which just increase mobility. Sure. I'll have to throw out a researcher whenever I get one. Just leave the one for now until that expedition comes back. And I am out of meals. Have any meals in here? Oh, you're out of meals too. Okay. Also, warehouse is getting a little full. But that's not the priority. Right now I need food. What I'm gonna do is another picker's cabin. It doesn't really seem to matter where these are, other than proximity, sort of. I wonder if they can have overlapping targets. So am I getting... I am getting cinder kernels, not very many. I could turn off his cinder kernels. Just because I'm not really eating those. Yeah, I don't know if I like the having to select a different recipe. I like the idea of a more overlapping one, but I guess you could just have more than one kitchen. Very interesting indeed. Expedition. Traveling stone. The desert ground, dry as it is, adopts a clay-like structure as the expedition goes on. The sun mercilessly illuminates the terrain, revealing the absolute solitude the explorers find themselves in, if not for a most peculiar companion. The researcher's path intersects that of a stone, gray as slate and 2 feet wide in diameter, sliding lazily through the sand. The travelers can't help but ask it aloud where it comes from and where its path is taking it. Questions that remain without answer. Several options are available to the team, spirits lifted by their curiosity. I don't know if my first reaction would be to ask the stone where it's going. Also, the stone appears much larger than 2 feet in diameter, but you know. I wonder what their little balloons are. They both got little balloons sticking out of their backpacks. We can follow the stone, analyze the stone's trajectory, or carry out a geological study. What should we do? It says lazily, but let's see where it's going. Stone continues his path forward, only briefly deviating in order to avoid a scar of rock in the landscape, or a trap laid by a pile of tumbleweed. Its standard speed remains difficult to follow for the expedition, and several members of the team start suggesting they give up on this venture. As a desert night freezes everyone's articulations and conceals any signs of progress, the expedition finally reaps the reward for their efforts. A paved courtyard awaits them, at the center of which they find a slot for the trembling stone to slip into. It drops in before continuing its path beneath the stone tiles, triggering a mechanical snore. It finally emerges on the sand at the opposite side of the structure. The process it underwent below remaining a mystery. The researchers are free at long last to resupply at a well built on the courtyard and pick at the shrub fruits growing in their sumptuous planters. Okay. So we followed a stone to a courtyard and then just ate and drank. Very peculiar. How y'all doing in chat? Everyone doing okay? Very interesting day. Really liking Next Fest. I've probably wish listed 30 or so games so far. Looks like it might be a good year in gaming. Finally bouncing back after COVID, all the game developers are getting back into the swing of things. Out of the tab just for a second. Sorry, just checking on the stream rate, making sure we're looking good. It doesn't look like performance is hitting at all. If you can't tell, I'm new to this streaming thing. It's very interesting to play games with potentially other people. Hopefully audio and everything is okay. Once that expedition gets back, kind of bouncing back on food again finally. Probably harvest a couple more mushrooms just to make sure. Just do 2 for now. And that'll let our other resources kind of stockpile a little bit. Because we have a dry season coming up in cycle 10. So 2 more cycles. The picker's hut. I'm gonna do fruit picking. I want you to take over some of these closer ones. Do that. Expedition got carbon bowls. Meaty feeling and unfortunately cursed with a charcoal-like taste that resists all but the most sophisticated culinary practices. They form the basis of a highly nutritious meal. So they give much more satiety. I wonder if that means I'll be able to plant those. And I got some moisture pods. Yeah. We'll see. And for now, I can send another expedition. Once we get those mushrooms in, I think I'll send them. I want to make sure we have enough workers going around. That's an interesting stone. I wonder what that is. Also something there. Some old technology from the old days. I don't know why, but that's fun. Clicking on the water. Oh yeah, these plants spread like crazy. I'm trying to get cinder sprouts up here now. What did you give? You gave seeds. I mean, sure. Let's just try to clean that up a little bit. Don't want you near my other plants. I want more trees to come in. I think trees... Oh, as I said it, I spoke it to existence. That's nice. It's nice that the trees can spread and assuming like their preferred growing areas. Well, I like the ability to plant the trees. Be able to plant some around my houses and stuff. Those resources. Yeah, I want that other analysis type. Get all that information. Oh, my speed dropped again. Sorry about that. I like how chill the music is in this game. I don't know if it's coming over across the stream at all, but it's very chill. I've got nothing good here. Can't build a well yet. Can't do anything there. Let me gather all that up yet. Not yet. Once I gather that up, I'll send out an expedition. They can't carry very much at once. That or they don't grab from more than one pile at a time. Yeah, just coming in right there. Yeah, earlier it talked about being able to bring in plants from other biomes and stuff. I wonder if you're going to be able to like condition the soil and like improve the soil, you know? Like is spreading out the shade trees help this fertile land grow? I know it affects the temperature a lot. Alright, those resources got picked up. Let's go check out the oasis. Just hit another $5. Well, that should help we'll get 4 kids next cycle too. 18 days. How are we doing on sticks and stuff? Just cannot keep up on sticks. This trimming one. Are there any new plants that came in? Not yet. I think these are a little far for them. Could do is build a road up there. Maybe that'll help. Just give them some extra speed. Then once we get those clay roads done, we'll be able to potentially do something with that too. Might be a bigger increase or something. Yeah, let's see. Let's see if they utilize these roads a bit. Like they generally follow them, so that might help speed them up a little bit. I should have done that a while back. I don't like how I designed that, but is what it is at this point. At least make it a little better. Oh, I can't build over that. Let's do something like that. Expedition has arrived. Free range. Approaching an oasis, the explorers spot a set of perches and bridges aligned between trees. Set on this resting area are creatures with impossibly thin wings. Their skin, delicate and stretched taut, reflects the blue of the sky. The team draws close in order to take a closer look at these animals. They wear harnesses, most likely of human facture, which hold their wings in the proper posture. But they're skittish. They take flight while whistling a warning aimed at the strangers with no face or mouth visible. It seems the sound emanates from slits on the beast's rib cages. As hostile as they are, it might be worth it to examine these specimens and learn about the humans who tried to domesticate them. This oasis has many other draws. Now that the creatures have vacated their aviary, it can be explored. Set bait, explore the area, collect plant fiber. I don't need that much plant fiber. Set bait. Having analyzed the animals' droppings and concluded that their diet consists mostly of seeds and fruits, the team assembles a small peace offering. Equipped with treats, they try to draw these strange creatures out and observe their behaviors and anatomy. The most striking trait of these winged beasts lies in the physical differences between members of the same group. The signs of aging seem to place 1,000 years between the youngest beast of the flock and the oldest, whose skin has grown thick and pale with the years. The people who built this aviary and harnessed these creatures likely died a long time ago. And then once my explorers get back, we'll see what they got. I wonder if that's what's flying around, those little bird things. Domestication of some bird things could be kind of cool. Maybe they're like chickens. Good eating. Man, now I want some fried chicken. Fried chicken, grilled chicken, smoked chicken. Chicken wings, chicken legs, chicken breasts. All the types of chicken. Right at the fungus. We're still low on moisture pods, so I'm going to just eat the fungus for now. Not sure what's going on with these pods. It's like, is they're eating them raw? Because if I'm not eating them, they should be going up. Cellar's filling up with water. That mean I should be able to set like a maximum. Like it has requested, but I should also be able to set a maximum because last thing I'd want is a cellar full of water and no food. I don't know why it has so much water in it. Expedition has returned. Did I not get anything from that? Guess not. That's unfortunate. Let's see, I wanted you to request 200 toxic. No, not like that. Let's you guys to stock up a bit. There we go. I don't mind having a bit of water in there, but I don't need no 200 water in there. Get some more fungus. What are these? There's some more bark. I don't know if I need more bark right now. I guess I'm a little low. We're doing okay on tree trunks. We're alright. Not great. These trees are slow to regrow, so I don't necessarily want to take everything they got. Well, this one allows us to get technological. Why wasn't that part of the tutorial? Let's drop there. And we build that from the tech pieces that we gathered. Interesting. Yeah, I feel like that should have been part of the tutorial. Have you built both of those? One for the culture and one for the tech. Would also teach you about those little ruins and stuff at the same time. Alright. Getting that built. Speed dropped again. More couriers. Got 11 now. There we go. That helps. Oh, cycle chains dropped my speed too. Yeah, I don't mind pauses in games, like when messages and stuff pop up, but don't reset my speed values. 1x is just a little slow. Sorry about that. I accidentally clicked off screen. Actually, is there a setting for that? Where run in background? Autosave video. You can actually render higher. Does not look like it. At least not in the demo. Giant mystical ball for our research center. Okay, I don't feel like you guys actually gathered any of those. They just rotted. That rot might be a little fast. Can I build? Informative signpost gives you research or knowledge. Okay. City banner. Let's do one of these cubes. Tree for that. So let's harvest a tree. Add a worker, and let's see what kind of texture this one is. Okay, so they're next to each other. So we've got water extraction, which is the well. Irrigation canals, which artificially raises humidity in the soil, so that's good for putting over new farms. An advanced technology, which again requires a buttload of resources. Composter, we need that for the waste, so that might be a priority. Picker's cabin can get task distribution, which allows us to assign another worker. That could be nice. Better harvest. Which allows us to get a +2 to minimum and +2 to max from the harvest. As well as another one that does the same. So that probably actually helps a lot. Let's get some more from our harvest before we move on to the other one. We're low on seeds, so let's harvest more seeds. And then I have enough workers. I'm gonna bump these up a little bit. Out of fungus again. Can I change this over yet? No, I cannot keep those pods in stock. I think people eat the pods. Yeah, they do. So pods are not a good resource to have. I could start eating the cinder kernels. I've got a few of those, but I've got all this fungus. Let's just eat some fungus. Some people like mushrooms, I personally don't. It's a texture thing for me. Mushrooms just have that weird texture. Real good. Doing much better on tool production, at least. Water is still coming down a little bit. Got lots of toxic water. Add another retention basin for that. Just try to have more clean water than toxic water. Interesting how this has certain areas you can build. Let's harvest those, make some room for this thing. Yeah, I think the rows are helping a little bit. Culture tree. Okay, we finished clay roads. Which... I don't know if that costs anything. Looks like it does cost stone. If not placed on another road. Oh, I don't think I can place it on another road. Okay, definitely let me overlap, you know? Let's do that. 16 stone. Which is a decent amount of stone, so I might need to go find some more. I need that mine. But I don't know how to unlock it. Almost out of stone already. Ooh, also those should definitely merge. It's weird looking. not gonna build any more of that until we find a new source of stone, just in case I need it. So can't do anything there. I could unlock the school. Might as well. Got plenty of culture for it. Can't do anything with those. World map, we saw the other glow. Or we have a whole lake. Let's go check out the lake. Let's go look at the lake. I wish I had a good lake nearby. When I was a kid, we used to go out on the lake on the boat. It was always a super fun time. Do a little bit of tubing. Tried water skiing once. That was painful. Crashed a few too many times. Not the boat, just on the skis. I think I was like 8 years old though, so. Probably not the wisest idea. It's also a real skinny kid, so didn't have a whole lot of weight to hold me down. The expedition arrived. False abundance. The team is shocked to encounter little trails on the ground dug by repeated passes. There's no mistaking the print of boots. This area is occupied by human settlement, maybe several. By following these natural paths, the explorer arrived at the bed of a massive lake whose borders gathered different copses, forking rivers, and far in the distance, something that resembles a human home. The group could attempt to make contact with locals, but weariness already hang heavy on the team. Can they really begin the long path around the lake at this point in their journey? Spend more rations. By drawing more resources from the village supplies, the expedition completes the tour of the lake in a minimal amount of time and arrives at the edge of the village. The locals who exploit the local sunshade trees offer the explorers a warm welcome. They provide them with tree trunks and sticks, desiring nothing in exchange beyond hearing the stories and copies of their maps. Okay. We met people. Smoke Moon campsite and islet. Probably check out our strange light again once that team returns. Okay, that's building a retention basin down here. Right there. Normal road. These ones are expensive. It's probably good for like highways. I can't tell if it's actually faster or not. We're getting lots of rotten resources. Starting to take up half of this storage house. All right. We also came to signpost. Aid to navigation for our budding city. This waypoint will make our citizens' lives easier. Takes 5 trunks though. Don't have that many trunks. I don't know if I want to build that. Especially when it doesn't say if it actually gives, like, a bonus. Like, am I actually getting anything from these very expensive mobility things? Yeah, I think unless I did, like, a side-by-side road, I wouldn't be able to tell if these were faster or not. I would like farming. Get the other one. Don't think I need the more workers yet. That one takes 20 seeds, 20 waste, and 20 tools. So composter. I should probably build a well too. I only have one water point, but clean water is clean water. Ooh, lots of sunshade trees starting to grow in. There we go, that solved my trunk issue. We're a little light on the workers, so I think I'm gonna wait before I do the next one. All right. Get my speed back up. I still want to wait on those workers. We got a couple more days before those come in. And the cinder sprouts pop up everywhere. Yeah, retention basin. Start getting some of this wastewater or toxic water converted. I don't need. So far, I've been surviving off just this one platoon with 2 people in it, but once we start getting low on toxic, it'll be nice. Okay, we've gone to dry season. A little bit of lag with that dry season, as everything kind of isn't happy. Interesting chasm over there. We're still. I don't know what the point of the moisture pods is if I can't keep up with them. Like if people eat them raw, how am I supposed to produce with them, you know? Also only getting like 2 from the plants and stuff. Yeah, I need like a farmer. Let's see, this one's full. See, I don't want to prioritize everything. Let's just turn that down. Let's keep you nice and high priority because we definitely need you. I guess simple meals aren't too bad. Let's take off priority for now. Just let them kind of do their thing. Because I think it's kind of throwing them for a loop. Seems like these guys can still harvest a little bit. What you get? You got a few berries, so. Tools, tech, still looking good. I don't know if I need less workers because we're in the dry season. I don't want to eat all the fungus. So I think I'm going to have to convert this one back to normal. And then I think it was, oh, those are still researching. I could use more seeds. It would be nice. But otherwise, I don't need much else. I wonder if those canals, if it also affects like the moisture for these guys. Like, do they grow better with the higher moisture? Because if I do humidity, looks like the plants growing there drop it. So potentially, by doing some canals, I could increase that. So no temperature, much cooler down here than up here. But we'll see. Gotta wait for this other tech to finish. We'll probably go on our next expedition here. Let's go check out our strange glow. Drop that to 4. I don't want to use too many, and they might die, so. Education has been completed. School teaches general skills, critical thought, and scientific method while placing children's initiative as the driving force of the curriculum. That produces, is that culture from food? And also increases tech speed by 10%. I don't know if that's worth it. Don't know. Vaporous images. The expedition encounters a dozen small circular stone courtyards, close to one another but otherwise isolated in the wild. They have no obvious function. Each appears to only be the surface element of a far deeper construction, roofed by 2 cylinders set at a diagonal angle. When the node activated, the left cylinder begins producing vapor at a fast rate, forming a tower in the sky. It seems the interior edifice beneath these courtyards pumps water from deep beneath the earth. The second conduit projects a ray of light, which collides with the vapor emanation, producing a distinct image, a piece of a wall dwarfed by massive towers, which seem to have been brutally cut out of whatever city they protected. Each node appears to contain a snapshot of a different side of the city, allowing one to reconstruct a complete impression of its grandeur bit by bit. An extended study of these fragmented images could help explorers elucidate their function, but the nodes built to harvest underground moisture could be disassembled to gain a supply of fresh water instead. So because I don't already have water condensation, I can't actually get that yet. I assume that would just give us water. Analyze the images. To the team's great disappointment, it seems the town represented in the projector nodes was never built. The nodes contain only the memory of an ambition, the project of a town that would be formed according to the natural desires of human beings, rather than creating and structuring desires itself. The blueprints contained within are worthy of contemplation. However, the explorers copy the schematics and ideals that govern this venture into their notebooks, feeding their own thought processes. Well, that's unfortunate. Maybe water was the better choice. Alright, so with that, can't do anything else in culture unless I find some tablets, which I assume is what unlocks these. And I haven't found any tablets yet. Looks like there might be different types of treatment eventually. Turned on Harbor District just because I can. I don't know if the other one's worth it. It just gives me extra people and I don't have all the people in here anyway. Really needing food again. We're fine on meals to make it through the dry, but it says an action is available, but the only thing available are these super expensive things. And I can't do composites, so can't do anything there. So I guess I have to take those workers out for now. That'll give me a few extra people walking around. Expedition's almost back. So our guy in the field lab. Let's see if he can find anything else. Search that, search that. Search that one again. And those again. And the phone again. Why not? Maybe they'll find something else. I still have some stuff in it. Expedition returned. Let's check out the campsite. Put that back up to 5. Leaves me 9 at home. Which at the moment, no one's doing much, so. See how we do it. Need this dry season to go away. Alright, we got the other tech for food, so whenever the dry season passes, that'll be better. Let's grab this well. Grab that well. Well, well, well. Yeah, clean water is tanking. So if those guys need more do I need more retention basins? Can they just not keep up? don't know if they just can't keep up or what. Nothing new. Tales of Eschatology. It's rare enough for the exploration team to encounter nightly illuminations, but today the sunset shyly reveals a group of torches orange glow. Nestled in a semicircle at the edge of the lake, the villagers there move aside to make way for the newcomers. A pitcher of fresh tea passes from hand to hand before finally Rhapsodists, masked with mirrors, come to meet their audience. The story presented by the Rhapsodists is familiar to most viewers, a contagious amnesia which spreads from village to village. Children who no longer recognize the face of their parents, oracles once full of rhetorical commonplaces which become impossible to interpret. It is one explanation among many others for their current situation, a myth to compensate for blank pages of their history. Once the show is over, the space between the audience and storyteller closes. The artists place wooden beads down and sharpen their chisels. They wait for the tales their audience will bring forward, wait to memorialize them with pictograms engraved in their amulets. To swap stories with them would be to honor their traditions, but the expedition could also use its speaking time to convince the storytellers to join them. Let's tell them about our discoveries. Rhapsodists nod, listen politely, but they seem unimpressed by the village's exploits. Before long, the attention drifts to other members of the audience, and the expedition cannot suppress its disappointment. Today is not the day that their story will be immortalized. Darn. We just aren't cool enough. We haven't done cool things. Food's dropping. Really hoping to get some tablets, because running out of resources here. Guess until more plants come in. Shame. Not enough analysis. Expedition returned. Let's get them back out there again. Send them to the island. Don't know if that's worth the food and water, but I need to find some things. They're drinking a lot of water per cycle. Yeah, I almost wonder if that would be better closer to the houses so they drink less. Not sure. Expedition arrived. Burning mermaids. Hoping to replenish their supply of drinking water, the expedition approaches a lake bed, but its crystal clear appearance is deceiving. The pool contains acid which resists the most sophisticated filters. The explorer's portable equipment isn't up to the challenge. Giving up all hope of refreshment, the expedition gets ready for the road again, just as a red, scaly body bursts from the water. Ribs drawn with silvery stretch marks appear above the surface of the water for less than a second before submerging again under the blinding reflection of the sun. The explorers itch with curiosity towards this anonymous creature, but thirst is beginning to wear them out. Explore the area. As placid as the water may be, the red creature hides perfectly within its depths. But while looking for it, the explorer's interest is carried elsewhere. A teal glow seems to shine through the bedrock. This familiar color raises everyone's eyebrows. Could be a tablet looking beneath the surface. Collecting it will require at least one explorer to be immersed for a considerable amount of time, and the risks borne by the acid of the water are not to be dismissed. Salvage the tablet. One of the explorers volunteers to take in the lake floor after paddling through the shallows. The diver seems confident that her suit will keep her safe. Equipped with excavation tools, she works in 2-minute bursts before re-oxygenating her helmet. Across a long day of work, she unveils a row of luminescent sigils, and expedition finally leaves with a new tablet in hand. There we go. Finally got our tablet. And we have 5 more days for our cycle. Still might need to build another basin. Just not keeping up with that water, but we'll have the wells soon enough. I'm gonna throw another worker in there just to speed that up a bit. And get our speed back up. Pretty interesting. We're kind of hitting a slog in the game a little bit, which I know this is the demo, but Cinder Sprout, Cinder Sprout. Nothing new from the Cinder Sprout. All right. Got Forge, smaller house. Oh, that's right. I need 3 stone warehouse or stone houses within range of that. So let's do this. New tablet. Let's get rid of those. Also that one and that one and that one. Got a lot of stuff growing in the middle of my town. Come on over to the tech tree. And it doesn't seem like I specifically can do anything with that. Well, that's unfortunate. So what do I do with that tablet? Huh. Thought grabbing the tablet would let me do something, so we might be hitting the end of the demo here because I can't seem to cross over these locks in any way. I still have this I could unlock. So we unlock the composter and then we might call it there. I think we're just hitting the end of the demo with what they got available to us. Builds the hype though. I like this. Warehouse also fills up visually as it goes. Buildings seem to go into like an idle animation when they're not doing anything. Very interesting. This prosperity is, you know, a sum of all of these different satisfaction scores, development scores, things like that. So it seems like this could get pretty complex, and you could really get into the nitty-gritty of it. Probably get better, as I mentioned earlier, about, you know, getting through all these different texts. That way you can kind of plan a little better. Because unfortunately, it seems like when you demolish buildings, you only get 50% of your resources, so it's not necessarily worthwhile to constantly be moving your buildings around. Which I think is fine if they add a tech that maybe lets you recover 75% of your resources or something. Just give you the ability to move your stuff a little, to optimize a little more cheaply. But yeah, we got one more plume. We'll go check it out, and then I think we'll call it there after that. Go check out another demo. Pretty cool, pretty cool. Crank it up to 4. Running out of food again. Which they're picking. Just gotta get caught up. No new analysis there. Yeah, I think maybe I guess it could be because I don't have the other analysis type, but just don't let me analyze something that doesn't have anything else to learn. Expedition concealed, reaching a plateau allowing them to see several miles from their position. The expedition is faced with a great cloud which unravels over the ground like a tidal wave. Some suspect it's caused by a pyroclastic flow spat out by a neighboring mountain and decided they ought to avoid this path. But others have an inkling that this conclusion is false, feeling an unnatural weight in the air but smelling no sulfur or ash. Taking a massive risk, they form a vanguard group and close in on the cloud. Feeling cold droplets on the back of their necks, the suspicions reinforced this anomaly may be nothing but the consequence of a particularly distinct microclimate. However, none of that is certain yet. They must still make their decision, enter the cloud or use caution. Let's explore the area. Frozen and covered in the worst cold sweat of their lives, the explorers emerge from the layer of vapor and find themselves facing a sedentary settlement. Plunged in perpetual fog, in spite of the city's gloomy looks, the residents behave warmly and, above all, curiously assailing them with questions. A guide comes to the rescue of the overwhelmed explorers and offers to show them the city's landmarks. He begins with their air conditioning tower, which seems to capture airflow in high altitudes and channels it down to the ground level. The shock between that air and the warmer climate surrounding produces a visual anomaly that surrounds the city and conceals it from the outer world's gaze. But the thing that interests the expedition most are the greenhouses integrated into every neighborhood in town. They contain plants adapted only for this unique microclimate. Both high in moisture but low in sunlight, the trees all bear labels or signposts giving them individual names. According to the guide, the tree's development is monitored regularly in order to provide divinatory counsel to the city. Once the city tour has ended, the guide turns towards the expedition and asks how they'd like to spend their stay. So I can either unlock the blue hydra tree. That one doesn't say. Let's give it a tree. Since they were reluctant at the thought of parting with one of their plants raised with a scrupulous care, it would be akin to entrusting a child to strangers. However, the expedition successfully argues its case. If it is not a tragedy that this plant has disappeared everywhere else, is it not their responsibility to try and reintroduce it, allowing the specimen to blossom once again? Persuaded in spite of themselves, they place the plant into a small incubator and pass it to the explorers. Stumbling, the guide mutters almost inaudibly, "If this little sprout can survive the outer world, maybe one day the citizens will be able to as well." Cool, so we got a plant. Maybe that's what will unlock farming for me? I don't know. Certainly hope so. Otherwise, yeah, pretty much at the end of this demo here. We'll see once the expedition gets back. So at the moment, the only other thing I can really research is the composter, which I guess we can go ahead and start that. Use up a bunch of my seeds. Oh, decipher a tablet. I did not see that button. That opened up mushroom oxidation. The area's mushrooms contain phagocytes, and through the spread of their spores, eliminate certain pathogens found in untreated water. Systematizing the use of this behavior could be a significant boon. Oh, so we unlock fungal oxidation in basins. Until I have a way to replenish those, I don't really want to harvest the rest of my fungus. Harvest any new ones, but certainly don't want to use up everything that we got. Be ashamed to be extinct or out of mushrooms after all. Very interesting, very interesting. Well, think about it, places to explore, so the one tablet is all I got, I guess. There's no other zones or anything, so. We shall see in a moment. I should be able to build that well now. And I don't see any other water points. Do they highlight? I don't see any others. Definitely a very cool game. I get where synergy comes from. It's about, you know, working alongside nature, allowing natural processes to work. The air conditioning in that town that we found, for example, pulling cold temperatures from up above and distributing it throughout the town is kind of a cool concept. A lot of the buildings and stuff also seem to be very reminiscent of ancient passive cooling techniques, and some of which modern architects are working on too, so very neat. I kind of like that. I try to reintroduce it from the plant nursery, but I can't build a plant nursery. How does one build the plant nursery? Yeah, I'm not quite sure how we get these other buildings. Guess we shall see. Wait for that last research. Speed it up. So well is just passive water, it looks like. No person needed, it just kind of very 12 days or so. No new info on the mushrooms. No information on the badgers either. Just waiting on that tech. Very cool. Like I said, I think it'd be very interesting to see a city prosperity score kind of get into maybe some minor roguelite elements, new towns that you start. Maybe you can use that score in some way to unlock things earlier, give little passive bonuses, something like that. But if that's not the intent of the game, that's fine too. Or maybe a leaderboard where you can see that versus other people who are also building. see how you're doing, you know? This tech is taking its sweet time because I didn't have 4 people in here. My bad. I'm normally better about things like that. Kitchen is out of veggies. There's plenty of veggies, so I don't know why we're not picking them. Let's get more people in there. Otherwise, I think I get 3 hours out of this demo. Not too shabby. Sure, what's making this tree so sad? Because I surrounded it by buildings? Could be a temperature thing there, maybe. Oh, I missed it. Our tech came through. So we can build a composter. Increases organic composition within range. Throw that over there. Take some tools. And did that give me anything else? Does not look like it. So yeah, tablets seem to be the limiting factor here in this demo. Lots of cool things out there though. Well, if you guys are interested, I am new to streaming. I'm still working on getting a schedule set up, but I will have it on my Twitch here shortly. But if you guys are interested, IllithidBacon pretty much everywhere. Feel free to follow. I'm gonna start putting out regular content here almost daily. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed. I will catch you guys another time.